I'm standing in our daughter's bedroom at 2 in the morning holding a DNA test I never wanted to see, staring at my phone where I've just typed 2 words. 2 words that are about to end everything, I know. My thumb hovers over the send button. Emma's location dot is moving on the map. She's at some resort in Sedona right now, probably lying next to him. I hit send, watch the message turn from delivered to read in real time. Then I watch her location ping go absolutely insane. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me back up. Let me tell you how perfect everything looked 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, I'm drinking coffee in our kitchen. The kitchen Emma and I renovated ourselves, where we hung the backsplash tiles crooked and laughed about it. Morning light comes through the window the exact way she said it would when we bought this house 8 years ago. Our daughter Lily is 6 now, eating Cheerios and humming something from a cartoon I don't recognize. Emma's making her lunch, and I'm thinking about how I'm the luckiest man alive. I'm 36. Software engineer. I work from home most days, which means I'm there for school pickup, there for dance practice, there for the random Tuesday when Lily decides she needs to tell me about the ladybug she saw at recess right now, immediately. It cannot wait. Emma's 34, works part-time at a dental office, has this laugh that still makes me forget what I was saying. We have a mortgage, a minivan with goldfish cracker crumbs in places we'll never reach, and a life that looks exactly like what I always wanted. On the mantle in our living room, there's a photo from college. Emma and me at someone's apartment party, solo cups in hand, young and stupid and in love. There's a third person in that photo. Mark, Emma's ex from sophomore year. They dated for maybe 8 months before she met me. He's got his arm around her shoulder in the picture, and I'm standing on her other side, back when we were all friends. Back before everything got complicated and then uncomplicated when she chose me. I haven't really looked at that photo in months. It's just part of the furniture now, you know? Background noise. Lily's drawing in her art notebook, tongue sticking out the side of her mouth the way Emma's does when she's concentrating. She holds up her picture. Look, Daddy. It's one of those kid drawings, stick figures with circle heads. There's 3 of them. One labeled Mommy, one labeled Me with the E backwards, and one labeled Daddy. Under my stick figure, in careful crayon letters, Daddy's always tired. I laugh, but it catches in my throat weird. I'm not always tired, Bug. Yes, you are, she says, matter of fact. 6-year-olds don't lie. They just tell you what they see. Emma's smiling, but there's something in it that doesn't reach her eyes. Or maybe I'm seeing that now, looking back. Maybe I'm painting over the memory with what I know now. You do work a lot, Emma says. She's looking at her phone. She's been looking at her phone a lot lately. I notice it the way you notice the hum of the refrigerator. Constant, ignorable, until suddenly you can't ignore it anymore. Why does Mommy smile different at her phone? Lily asked me one afternoon when Emma's in the bathroom. What do you mean, different? Like, Lily tries to find the word, like she doesn't smile at us like that. I tell myself it's nothing, but it plants something in my chest. Something small and dark that starts growing. If you've ever felt something was off but couldn't name it, you'll understand what comes next. Then Emma says 5 words that make my coffee taste like rust. Mark invited me to Sedona. The kitchen gets very quiet. Even Lily stops humming. Mark, I repeat. Your ex, Mark. It's not like that. Emma's voice has this defensive edge already, like she's prepared for this conversation. It's a group thing, college reunion. Rachel and Tom are going. The DeLucas, probably 8 or 9 people total. I'm nodding, but I'm doing math in my head. When did they start talking again? Why is this the first I'm hearing about it? When? I ask. Next weekend, Friday through Sunday. And you want to go? I'd like to, yeah. We haven't all been together in years, and how long have you been talking to Mark? She blinks. What? How long have you been back in touch with him? Jake. She says my name like I'm being unreasonable. We're Facebook friends. We've been Facebook friends for years. This isn't You're making it weird. You didn't mention it. I'm mentioning it now. Her phone buzzes. She glances at it. Something flickers across her face, something I can't read, and she flips it face down on the counter. It's just a trip. Mark's engaged now, for God's sake. His fiance's coming. Separate hotel rooms, group dinners, hiking. It's not a big deal. But here's the thing about the words, it's not a big deal. People only say that when they know it is. I need to think about it, I say. Emma's jaw tightens. Think about what? Whether you trust me? Lily's watching us now, Cheerios forgotten. I can see her trying to figure out if this is a fight. I trust you, I say. I'm not sure I mean it, but I say it because Lily's listening. It's sudden. That afternoon, Emma's best friend Rachel calls. Emma puts her on speaker. I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but I hear Rachel's voice float through the kitchen. Jake's being weird about the trip, isn't he? God, men are so insecure. You should go. You deserve a break. Emma's eyes meet mine. There's a challenge in them. I'm not being controlling, I say after Emma hangs up. I'm just what? I don't have an answer that doesn't make me sound like the bad guy. That night, I'm getting laundry out of Emma's jacket, the one she wore yesterday, and an envelope falls out of the pocket. It's old, the paper soft. I almost don't open it, but it's already unfolded, already read recently enough to be in her pocket. It's a love letter. From Mark, dated sophomore year before Emma and I got together. You're the only person who makes me feel like I'm home. It says, wherever you are, that's where I want to be. There's a coffee stain on it, like she's been holding it while drinking her morning coffee. Like she's been reading it recently. I put it back in her pocket, don't say anything. 2 days later, Emma shows me the printed itinerary. It's suspiciously detailed for a casual reunion, color-coded, specific restaurant reservations. A group text screenshot showing everyone's excited messages. See? She says, it's totally planned out, nothing shady. I look at the itinerary. I say, okay. Her face does something I can't quite name. She looks disappointed I didn't fight harder. I said, okay. She looked disappointed I didn't fight harder. Friday morning, Emma's alarm goes off at 5 a.m. Her flight's at 8, she says, needs to be at the airport early. I pretend to be asleep while she gets dressed in the dark, kissing my forehead before she leaves. I hear her car pull out of the driveway. It's 5:47 a.m. At 7, I get up with Lily, make her pancakes shaped like Mickey Mouse. We're sitting at the table when our neighbor, Mrs. Chen, knocks on the door. She's holding a package that was delivered to her house by mistake. Sorry to bother you so early, she says. I saw Emma leaving when I was getting my newspaper. Around 3, was it? Couldn't sleep, so I was up. Hope everything's okay. 3 a.m. Emma said her flight was at 8. Everything's fine, I tell Mrs. Chen. Thanks for the package. I close the door, stand there holding this box, my brain trying to make the math work. Why would you leave at 3 a.m. for an 8 a.m. flight? Our airport is 30 minutes away, 45 in traffic. Lily's eating her pancakes. I'm staring at nothing. After I drop Lily at school, I come home and start looking for that itinerary Emma printed. Find it in the recycling bin. She threw it away after showing me, which seems odd, but maybe she has it on her phone. I look at the flight details. Southwest, flight 2847, Oakland to Phoenix, 8:15 a.m. departure. I open my laptop, pull up Southwest's site, track the flight. The flight exists. It's on time. But then I do something I'm not proud of. I check our credit card statement, the one that shows up in real time, looking for the flight charge. It's not there. There's no Southwest charge from yesterday, or this morning, or all week. I check Emma's personal card, the one I have access to for emergencies. Nothing. That's when I see it. A charge from yesterday afternoon, $847 or $50. Something called Signature Flight Support. I Google it. It's a private jet terminal. The neighbor mentioned seeing Emma leave at 3 a.m. Her flight was supposedly at 8. Wrong terminal. Private jets. That's when I knew. I'm sitting in my car in the elementary school parking lot, waiting for Lily's dismissal, when I notice a piece of paper folded up in Lily's backpack. It's a brochure. Glossy. There's a sunset photo of red rocks, a couple walking hand in hand into the golden light. The resort name, Canyon Vista Romance Retreat. The tagline, rekindling what matters most. I open it. There's a package description circled in pen. Romance rekindled, 1,200 per night. Includes couples spa, private sunset dinner, couples yoga. No group rates listed, no mention of any group packages at all. I turn the brochure over. Someone, Emma maybe, has written on the back, M.E. Anniversary. The resort had one package deal, romance rekindled, no group rates. I'm not proud of what I do next, but I do it anyway. Emma and I share a laptop. It's old, sits on the desk in our bedroom, mostly for paying bills and watching Netflix. We both use it. I know her password because it's the same one we've used for years. Lily's birthday plus our wedding anniversary. I open the laptop. My hands are shaking. There's a cloud backup service running in the background. The kind that automatically saves everything. Messages, photos, texts. I never paid attention to it before. Now I click on it. A folder labeled Emma's iPhone backup. Last updated 2 days ago. I open it. There are text messages, thousands of text messages with Mark. The previews load slowly. Like the internet knows I don't really want to see this. Like it's giving me one last chance to close the laptop and walk away. I don't walk away. The first message is from 3 days ago. Mark, can't wait for this weekend. Just us, finally. Emma, I know. I've been counting down. Jake suspects nothing. I scroll up. Further. The messages go back further. Months. Years. 847 messages total, the backup summary tells me. Deleted from her phone, but saved in the cloud. Not a reunion. Not separate rooms. Just them. I start reading. I can't stop reading. Each message is a new death. Little deaths. Hundreds of them. Thousands of them. Messages from last month. I miss how you used to touch me. Messages from last year. Telling him is getting harder. Maybe after Lily's birthday. Messages from 2 years ago. What we have is real. What I have with Jake is comfortable. There are photos. I don't click on them. I can't. The thumbnails are enough. There's a video file. The title makes my stomach drop. Our first time again. The date stamp 2 years ago. April. I was at a conference in Denver that week. Emma said she had a girls' night. I learned what blue ink on white paper sounds like when it's the end of everything. Except it's not blue ink. It's a glowing screen. It's silent. It's 2,000 cuts. Then I see the message from Mark that stops my heart. It's from 6 months ago. Mark, when are you telling Jake the truth about Lily? I stare at that message, read it again. The truth about Lily, my daughter, Lily, 6 years old. Loves unicorns and mac and cheese and when I do the funny voices when reading bedtime stories. The truth about Lily. I scroll frantically now, looking for Emma's response. There, 3 days later, Emma, I can't, not yet. He's been her dad since day one. It would destroy him. Mark, but she's mine. We both know it. The timing. Emma, I know. But the test would kill him. And what good does it do? She doesn't even look like you. Mark, she has my eyes. Everyone says she has my eyes. Emma, no one says that. Mark, my mother says it every time she sees the photos you send. Photos. Emma's been sending photos of Lily to Mark's mother. I think I'm going to be sick. 6 words. My daughter's name. My entire life. A question mark. It's 2:17 a.m. I'm standing in Lily's bedroom. She's asleep, clutching her stuffed elephant. Her nightlight makes her face glow soft. She looks like Emma. I always thought she looked like Emma, but now I'm looking for Mark in her face, the shape of her nose, her eyes. Are those Mark's eyes? I don't know my daughter's face anymore. I pull out my phone, open my text thread with Emma. She sent 3 messages since I stopped responding. Emma, having so much fun. The hike was beautiful. Emma, miss you guys. Tell Lily I love her. Emma, you're being quiet. Everything okay? I look at Emma's location on Find My Friends. She's at the resort. It's 2:17 a.m. there too. Her location dot is moving, bedroom to bathroom maybe. Or maybe she can't sleep. I type 2 words. I know. I hit send. I watch the message go from delivered to read in about 4 seconds. Then I watch her location ping go absolutely crazy. The dot moving frantically around the resort. Then it stops. Starts moving fast. She's driving. In the middle of the night. Driving back to the airport maybe. My phone starts ringing. Emma. I don't answer. She calls again. 37 missed calls by the time the sun comes up. There's a voicemail. I don't listen to it. Not yet. There's a text from Mark. What did you do? I don't answer. I open a new tab on my phone. I order a paternity test. The kind you can do at home. Cheek swab. Results in 2 business days. Rush processing available for extra. I pay for Rush. 2-day delivery. I didn't answer. I ordered a paternity test. 2-day delivery. Emma gets home 26 hours later. She was supposed to be gone until Sunday. It's Saturday morning. I'm making Lily breakfast when I hear the garage door. Lily looks up, confused. Mommy's home? Yep, I say. Keep my voice level. Go wash your hands, bug. Emma comes through the door with her suitcase. Her eyes are red. She's wearing the same clothes from the photos on her phone, the ones I saw in the backup. A sundress I've never seen before. Expensive looking. Jake. Her voice cracks on my name. Lily's here, I say, quiet, calm. I need to explain. Not now. She sees something in my face that makes her stop. I've never spoken to her like this. 8 years of marriage, and I've never used this voice. Lily comes running back in. Mommy! She crashes into Emma's legs. Emma picks her up, buries her face in Lily's hair. She's crying now. Lily pats her face. Why are you sad, Mommy? Just missed you so much, baby. I turn back to the stove, flip the pancake. It burns. The next 48 hours are a war fought in whispers and closed doors. Emma's mother shows up Sunday afternoon, unannounced. She brings a casserole and opinions. Marriage is work, she tells me in the kitchen while Emma's upstairs. Forgiveness is... Did Emma tell you what she did? She said there was a misunderstanding, that you're upset about... Did she tell you about Mark? Emma's mother, Carol, presses her lips together. She said they're old friends, that you're being... Controlling? I finish. Yeah, that's the word everyone keeps using. I didn't say that. But you thought it. Carol shifts her weight. The casserole dish is still in her hands. She hasn't set it down. Emma made mistakes, but you have a daughter to think about. Sometimes we swallow our pride for... Get out. Carol blinks. Excuse me? I said get out. Take your casserole. Tell your daughter that if she wants to save this marriage, she'll need to do better than sending her mother to guilt trip me. Carol leaves. The casserole stays on the counter. I throw it away, dish and all. That night, Emma tries again. She's written a letter. 7 pages. Printed out like that makes it more official. More real. The letter is full of words like confused and mistake and it didn't mean anything and I love you. It doesn't say, I'm sorry I've been sleeping with Mark for years. It doesn't say, I'm sorry I might have been pregnant with his child when I married you. It says, I need you to trust me. At the bottom, there's a PS. I need you to not do the test. Not, please, don't do the test. Not, we can do the test together. I need you to not do the test. I fold the letter back up, look at Emma. She's sitting on the edge of our bed where I've slept for 8 years, where Lily was conceived, where we've built a life. Then Lily's not yours to worry about, I say. Emma's face goes white. What does that mean? It means if you're not willing to know the truth, you don't get to have an opinion about what I do with it. She's my daughter. Is she mine? Silence. Is she mine? Of course she is. But Emma won't look at me. Biologically, I don't know. But she's yours in every way that matters, Jake. You're her father. Then why are you afraid of the test? Emma doesn't answer. She leaves the room. Sleeps in the guest room or doesn't sleep. I hear her crying through the wall. I don't go to her. She said, I need you to not do the test. I said, then Lily's not yours to worry about. Tuesday morning, I work from home, but I can't work. I'm refreshing the tracking page for the package every 5 minutes, out for delivery. Emma's at work. Lily's at school. I'm alone in the house. The doorbell rings at 2:43 p.m. The package is small, plain brown box. Return address is some medical lab in Phoenix. There's a weight to it that has nothing to do with actual weight. I take it to the garage. I don't know why the garage. Maybe because it's the one room that doesn't have memories in it, just tools and storage bins and the smell of motor oil. I sit on the floor, back against my workbench, hold the box in my lap. On the bench above me, there's a photo in a magnetic frame. Lily's baby picture. She's maybe 3 months old, wearing a onesie that says Daddy's Girl. I'm holding her in the photo. She's so small. My hand spans her entire back. I look at my hands now. They're shaking. Next to that photo is another one. Me as a baby. My mom gave it to Emma years ago. Look how much they look alike, she'd said. I look at both photos now. Really look. Lily has Emma's nose, Emma's smile, her hair color, her eyes, though. I always thought her eyes were like Emma's. But now I'm looking closer. They're a different shape, rounder. Like, I shake my head. Stop it. Open the box. There's an instruction packet on top. Then a sealed pouch with 2 swabs. Then an envelope already stamped and addressed to the lab. The instructions say to swab the inside of your cheek and the child's cheek. Seal them in the provided tubes. Mail it back. Results available online in 48 to 72 hours after the lab receives it. Rush processing, 24 hours. I already paid for rush. I swab my own cheek first. It's weird, clinical. I seal the tube, label it Father. The second swab sits in my hand. This is the moment. Once I swab Lily, once I mail this, there's no taking it back. My phone buzzes. Text from Emma. Please don't do this. She must have gotten a notification about the delivery. I don't respond. I wait until 3:15. Pick up Lily from school. She's chattering about something that happened at lunch, how Madison brought cookies and shared them with everyone. That was nice of Madison, I say. She's my best friend now. What about Taylor? I thought Taylor was your best friend. She was, but now it's Madison because of the cookies. 6-year-old logic. You're my best friend until someone else has cookies. At home, Lily's doing homework at the kitchen table. I get the second swab. Hey, Bug, open your mouth for me? Why? Just checking something. Say, ah. She does. I swab quick. She makes a face. That tastes gross. All done. You want a popsicle? Yes. While she's eating her popsicle, I seal the second tube. Label it Child. The envelope feels impossibly thin when I drop it in the mailbox at the end of our street. 2 business days, rush processing. I check my phone. There's another voicemail from Emma. I listen this time. Her voice is broken, stammering on every other word. Jake, please, please don't. We can work this out. I'll do anything. Couples therapy. I'll stop talking to Mark. Please, she's yours. You know she's yours. In every way that matters, she's yours. Please don't need the paper to tell you that. In every way that matters. But what if biology matters? What if there's a whole person out there, Mark, who has a legal claim to my daughter? What if I'm raising someone else's child and didn't know it? What if I did know it somewhere deep down and just didn't want to see? I delete the voicemail. Thursday, the lab receives the samples. Friday morning, I get an email. Results ready. I'm in the garage again. Same spot. Lily's baby photo watching me from above. I open my laptop, log into the lab portal, enter the case number from the box. The results page loads. There's a lot of text. Medical jargon, genetic markers, allele frequencies, numbers, and charts. I scroll down. At the bottom, in bold, probability of paternity 0.00%. Conclusion, the tested man is excluded as the biological father of the tested child. 0.00. I stare at those zeros. They look like empty eyes looking back at me. Not 5%, not 1%, not unlikely, and at 0. I learned what blue ink on white paper sounds like when it's the end of everything. It sounds like a 6-year-old asking, "Want to see my cartwheel, Daddy?" The door to the house opens. Lily's voice, "Daddy, where are you?" I close the laptop, wipe my face. I didn't realize I was crying. "In the garage, Bug." She appears in the doorway, backlit from the house. She does a cartwheel right there, lands it perfectly. "Did you see?" "I saw. That was great." She beams, runs back inside. I sit there holding my laptop. Inside it, the document that says I'm nobody. Inside the house, the little girl who just called me Daddy. 0.00%. But 100% mine, right? Saturday afternoon, there's a knock at the door. Emma's at the grocery store with Lily. I told them I needed to work. I open the door. Mark. He's taller than I remember, or maybe I just feel smaller. "We need to talk," he says. "No, we don't." "I have rights." "Rights?" I laugh. It doesn't sound like my laugh. "Come in. Let's talk about rights." He follows me inside, looks around like he's appraising the place. This is the first time he's been in my house. Our house, Emma's and mine. No, Emma's and his. Mark sits on my couch, pulls out papers from his bag, printed pages. "I've been doing research," he says, "about paternity, legal paternity versus biological paternity. In this state, if I can prove I'm the biological father, you can't. Emma told me she'd do a test. If you're forcing this into the open, I want custody arrangements. Joint custody at minimum. She's my daughter. She's 6 years old. You've met her twice at birthday parties where you pretended to be Emma's old college friend." That wasn't my choice. Emma said Emma said a lot of things to both of us. Probably still is. Mark shifts. The papers in his hand are trembling slightly. He's nervous. Good. "Look," he says, "I'm not trying to take her away from you, but biology matters. She deserves to know who her real father is. Her real father is the one who's been here every day, every night, every fever, every nightmare, every scraped knee. Where were you? Emma didn't tell me until..." Bullshit. I saw the messages. You've known for years. You just didn't want the responsibility. You wanted the fantasy, the secret, the affair. But now what? You decide you want to play dad. Mark stands. "You don't get to..." "I don't get to. I stand too. We're toe-to-toe now. I've been her father since the day she was born. I was in the delivery room. I cut the cord. I stayed up for 3 months straight with colic. I taught her to tie her shoes. I'm the one she calls when she has a bad dream, not you, me. Because I wasn't given the chance. You had a chance. Every single day for 6 years. You knew where we lived. You could have manned up, told the truth, faced the consequences. Instead, you played house with my wife while I played dad to your kid." The words hang in the air. Your kid. I just said it, out loud. Mark's face changes. "So, you know." "Yeah, I know." "Then you know I have a claim. Legal precedent says..." I walk to the door. "Open it." "Biology matters, you said. So does showing up." Mark looks at his papers. At me. Back to his papers. "This isn't over." "Yeah, it is. Get out of my house." He hesitates, then leaves. I close the door. My hands are shaking again. Not your house, not your marriage, not your daughter. That night, Lily can't sleep. She comes padding into the living room where I'm sitting in the dark, staring at nothing. Daddy? Hey, Bug, bad dream? No, just... Is everything okay? Why do you ask? She climbs into my lap. She's getting too big for this, all knees and elbows, but I hold her anyway. Mommy's been crying, and you don't smile anymore. And that man who came yesterday. Who was he? An old friend of Mommy's. He looked at me weird. My chest tightens. A weird how? Like, I don't know, like he was looking for something. He's nobody. Don't worry about him. She's quiet for a while. Then, Daddy, are you going to leave? What? No. Why would you think that? Madison's dad left. She said it's because her parents fought a lot, and you and Mommy have been fighting. I close my eyes, pull her closer. I'm not leaving you, Bug, I promise. But maybe Mommy? 6 years old. She sees everything. I don't know, I say. Honesty feels important right now. Mommy and I are working through some stuff, but you're my daughter. That doesn't change, ever. Okay? Okay? She nestles into my chest. Daddy? Yeah? Are you my real dad? The question stops my heart. What do you mean? Madison said some kids have different dads than they think. She said her friend has a dad who isn't her biological dad. That's a really big word. Biological. It is a big word. So are you my biological dad? I should lie. I should say yes, of course. What a silly question. Instead, I say, I'm your dad. The one who's here. The one who loves you more than anything in the whole world. That's what matters. But biology is just science. Love is a choice. I choose you every single day, okay? She thinks about this. Okay. She falls asleep in my arms. I carry her back to bed, tuck her in. Her nightlight makes shadows on the ceiling. There's a handmade card on her nightstand. Father's Day was 2 months ago. Construction paper purple. Dried macaroni glued on. 3 pieces missing. Datey in crayon. The Y backwards. I pick it up. Look at it in the dim light. Imperfect spelling. Perfect love. She asked if I was her real dad. I realized the test answered the wrong question. Monday morning, I'm sitting in a lawyer's office. Jennifer Kim, family law. She came highly recommended by a guy at work who went through a divorce last year. She's younger than I expected, sharp. She listens while I tell her everything. The affair, the messages, the paternity test, Mark showing up with legal printouts from the internet. When I'm done, she leans back in her chair. Okay, first question. Do you want custody of Lily? Yes. Even though she's not biologically yours? Yes. Why? Because she's my daughter. Jennifer smiles. That's the right answer. Now here's what you need to understand. In this state, there's something called presumed parentage. You're married to Emma. You've been listed as Lily's father on her birth certificate since day one. You've acted as her father for 6 years. In the eyes of the law, you are her father. But Mark has no standing. He never claimed paternity at birth. He never filed anything with the court. He never paid support. He's a stranger trying to assert rights he never established. Emma could testify he's the biological father. She could, but it wouldn't matter much. California prioritizes the child's best interest. Lily has a father, you. Disrupting that relationship because of biology, most judges won't go for it. I feel something loosen in my chest. So he can't take her. Not unless you let him. But here's the thing. Emma can't either. Not completely. You have just as much claim to custody as she does. More, actually, if we can prove she's been an unfit parent. She's not unfit. She just made mistakes. Jennifer gives me a look. She had an affair for years, lied about paternity, and allowed her affair partner to have access to the child while concealing his identity. That's not mistakes, Jake. That's a pattern of poor judgment that affects Lily's well-being. She slides some papers across the desk. forms, affidavits, custody agreement templates. This is if you want to separate, if you want custody. If Emma's willing to sign away Mark's claim formally, which she'd be smart to do, we can lock this down permanently. And if she's not willing, then we present evidence, the messages, the confession, the affair. We paint a picture of someone who put her desires above her child's stability. We win. Jennifer looks at me straight. The question isn't who made her, Jake. It's who chose her every day. If you've ever had to fight for what you love, you know what happens next. You stop being afraid. You start being strategic. Wednesday night, Emma and I are in the bedroom. Lily's asleep. It's the first real conversation we've had since the test results. Emma's sitting on the bed. I'm standing by the door. I've placed my phone on the dresser between us, recording. In this state, you only need one-party consent. I'm one party. I need the truth, I say. All of it. If we're going to figure out what happens next, I need everything. Emma's been crying. Again, always. What do you want to know? When did it start with Mark, the affair? It wasn't... She stops, starts over. We reconnected 3 years ago at a college reunion in San Francisco. 3 years. It was just talking at first, just old friends catching up. When did it become physical? She won't look at me. That same weekend in San Francisco. While I was home with Lily. Yes. And you kept seeing him? A few times a year when he'd come to the Bay Area for work or I'd find reasons to travel. The girls' weekend in Napa last year. She nods. The work conference in San Diego. She nods again. Jesus, Emma. I know. And I'm sorry and I wish I could take it back. Did you love him? Silence. Did you? I loved who we were in college before everything got complicated. Is Lily his? I don't know. You don't know or you don't want to say. I genuinely don't know, Jake. It could be you. It could be him. The timing. It was close. Close. Our wedding month was close. Her face crumples. I was confused. I didn't know what I wanted. Mark and I had just broken up, and you were there, and you were so sure about me. So you married me while pregnant with another man's child. I didn't know. I hoped it was yours. But you suspected? Yes. And you never said anything. Not once. Not in 6 years. What was I supposed to say? Hey, honey, our daughter might not be yours. It would have destroyed you. So instead, you just lied. Every single day. Every time I looked at Lily, you let me believe you are her father. Test or no test, you're the one she knows. You're the one she loves. That's real, Jake. That matters. I pick up my phone. Stop the recording. I know it matters. Emma sees the phone in my hand. Her face goes white. Were you recording this? Yeah. You can't. That's not legal. Single party consent. I checked. Jake, I need you to do something for me, for Lily. You're going to sign a document that says Mark has no claim, that I'm Lily's legal father, full stop, that if we split up, I get primary custody. You can't take her from me. Watch me. I've got 3 years of messages, a confession on tape, a pattern of behavior that any judge will see as detrimental to Lily's stability. Sign the papers or lose her completely. Emma's crying full sobs now. Please don't do this. You did this. I'm just cleaning up the mess. I walk to the door. Stop. Turn back. One more thing on the tape, what you said. I stayed because you were the better father. Did you mean that? She looks at me through tears. Yes. Then act like it. Sign the papers. On tape, she said the cruelest truth. I stayed because you were the better father. The mediation happens 2 weeks later. Neutral office downtown. Gray carpet, gray walls, a conference table that's seen 1,000 families fall apart. Emma's lawyer, my lawyer, Jennifer. A mediator named David who speaks in that careful, therapeutic voice they must teach in mediation school. And Mark, with his lawyer. Emma looks like she hasn't slept in weeks. Mark looks confident, too confident. I brought a folder. It's thick. David starts with the preamble about how we're all here for Lily's best interest, how we want to find a solution that works for everyone. How... Can we skip this? I interrupt. We all know why we're here. Mark's lawyer, some guy in an expensive suit, leans forward. My client is seeking formal recognition of paternity and a custody arrangement that reflects his biological connection to the child. The child has a name, I say. Lily. Lily, the lawyer corrects, annoyed. My client has rights. What rights? Jennifer cuts in. He's not on the birth certificate. Never established paternity. Never paid $1 of support. He's a legal stranger. Biology isn't nothing, Mark says. He's looking at Emma, not me. She deserves to know her real father. I open my folder, slide the first document across the table. Birth certificate, filed 6 years ago. Father, Jake Morrison, signed by both parents. Mark barely glances at it. That can be challenged. Second document, 6 years of medical records, insurance claims, dental appointments, school enrollment forms, emergency contact, Jake Morrison, father. Third document, tax returns, Lily claimed as my dependent, 6 years. Fourth document, college fund, opened in her name when she was 3 months old. Current balance, $47,000. Contributor, Jake Morrison. Fifth document, a spreadsheet. Itemized expenses, every doctor visit, every prescription, every dance class, every pair of shoes. Total, $287,000, 416, 80 trees. I slide the spreadsheet directly in front of Mark. Your contribution? Let me check. And I make a show of scrolling down the columns. Oh, $0. $0, 0 cents, 0 diaper changes, 0 midnight fevers, 0 parent-teacher conferences. Mark's face is red. Emma never asked me to, because you were a secret, because you were sleeping with my wife while I was raising your daughter, and now you want credit? Gentlemen, David the mediator tries. Let's keep this... No. Mark stands up. I'm done. Emma, you said we'd figure this out together. You said it... I pull out my phone, set it on the table. Want to know what else Emma said? I press play. Emma's voice from the recording. I don't know. It could be you. It could be him. The timing was close. My voice. So you married me while pregnant with another man's child? Emma. I didn't know. I hoped it was yours. The room goes silent. Mark's looking at Emma like he's never seen her before. You didn't know? You told me you were sure. You said the dates. I lied, Emma whispers. To both of you. I'm sorry. Mark's lawyer is shuffling papers, whispering to him. Mark shakes his head, sits back down heavily. I stop the recording. There's 90 minutes of this. Want to hear more? Mark's lawyer speaks quietly to him. Mark nods, then shakes his head. They're arguing in whispers. Jennifer slides her own document across the table. Custody proposal. Jake retains primary physical and legal custody. Emma receives visitation with conditions to be determined. Mark signs away any claim forever. Why would I do that? Mark says, but his voice has no strength in it anymore. Because if you don't, I'll enter every text message into court record, including the ones where you laugh about duping the sucker. That's me, by the way. The sucker. Emma's head snaps up. What? I pull out my phone again. Another recording. This one's audio only. Mark's voice. From a call with someone, a friend, maybe. Mark's voice. She's staying with him. Can you believe it? I've got a kid, and she's still playing house with that guy. Friend's voice. So what are you going to do? Mark. Wait it out. Eventually she'll leave, or I'll just, I don't know, make my claim. Guy's raising my kid, doesn't even know it. Fucking sucker. Laughter, both of them laughing. I stop the recording. Mark won't look at anyone. That's from 8 months ago, I say. Emma sent it to me last week, accidentally. It was attached to an old message thread she was trying to delete. That's not true. I found it in the cloud backup, but Mark doesn't know that. You recorded me? Mark says to Emma. No, I didn't. But the damage is done. Mark stands up, looks at his lawyer. I'm done. I don't want any part of this. Mark, wait. Emma reaches for him. He pulls away. You lied to both of us. You used both of us. And now you're going to lose everything. He looks at me. Good luck with her. Mark and his lawyer leave. The room is quiet except for Emma's crying. David clears his throat. Well, that was... Let's take a break. Jennifer and I step outside. In the hallway, she smiles. That recording of Mark, that was good. It was real. I know, but timing it like that, letting Emma think she sent it, that was smart. I don't feel smart. I feel hollowed out. He's gone, Jennifer says. He won't be back. His lawyer knows they have no case. Now it's just about you and Emma. I want primary custody. You'll get it. She knows that. The question is, what does she get? I think about Lily, about her asking why mommy's crying, about how 6-year-olds shouldn't have to worry about custody arrangements and lawyers and who gets to see them when. I don't want to destroy her relationship with Lily, I say. I just want to protect Lily from the lies, from more men showing up claiming to be her father. Jennifer nods. Then we're clear. Come on, let's go back in and wrap this up. Mark stood to leave. I played one more recording. Him laughing about duping the sucker. That night, I meet with Dr. Sarah Chen, child psychologist, specializes in family transitions. You want to tell Lily the truth, Dr. Chen says. It's not a question. Age-appropriate truth. I don't want her finding out later and feeling like I lied to her, too. What does age-appropriate mean to you? I don't know. That's why I'm here. Dr. Chen smiles. She's maybe 50, kind eyes, the kind of person who makes you feel safe. At 6, Lily can understand that families come in different shapes. She can understand that some people have step-parents or adoptive parents or parents who aren't biologically related. How do I tell her without making her feel like she's not mine? By showing her that love is a choice, that you choose her every day. We talk for an hour. Dr. Chen gives me a children's book about different kinds of families, a script for the conversation, permission to keep it simple. Kids need 3 things, she says as I'm leaving: truth, security, and consistency. Give her those and she'll be okay. Saturday morning, Emma's picking Lily up at noon. Her first weekend visitation. We have 4 hours. I make pancakes. Lily chatters about a book her teacher read, something about a dragon who makes friends with a princess instead of kidnapping her. That's a good dragon, I say. Yeah, not all dragons are mean. Madison said her mom said all dragons are mean, but Madison's mom is wrong. 6-year-old certainty. Everything is simple at 6. After breakfast, we sit on the couch. I have the book Dr. Chen gave me. Bug, I want to talk to you about something. Lily looks up from her coloring. Is it bad? No, it's just different. You know how families come in all different shapes? Like Madison's family, she has 2 moms. Right, and some kids have stepdads, or live with grandparents, or have parents who adopted them. What's adopted? It's when a kid is born to one family but raised by another family who loves them very much. Lily nods slowly. Like puppies at the shelter. They find new families. Kinda like that, yeah. I open the book. We read it together. It's about a bear cub who discovers his dad isn't his biological dad, but his dad is still his dad because of love. Lily listens carefully. When we finish, she's quiet. Then, am I adopted? No, not exactly, but there's a man, someone who helped make you, who isn't the person raising you. You're the person raising me. Right. So you're my dad. Right. But someone else is my biological dad. There's that word again, biological. Maybe. We're not completely sure. But it doesn't matter, Bug, because I'm your dad. The one who's here, the one who loves you, the one who will always be here, okay? She thinks about this for a long time. Then she gets up, goes to her room, comes back with something. It's a drawing. New. She must have made it this morning before I woke up. My Two Families, the title says. There's a group of stick figures on one side. They're crossed out with a big X. On the other side, me, Lily, Emma, off to the side, smaller, and two bigger figures, my parents, her grandparents. This is my real family, she says, pointing to the non-crossed out side. My throat closes up. Yeah, Bug, that's your real family. Will you still be at my tea parties? The question comes from nowhere, or everywhere, from every fear she's been carrying about whether I'm going to leave. Every single one, I say. She climbs into my lap. Can we have one now? Now? Yeah, before Mommy comes. So we have a tea party on the living room floor with her plastic tea set and imaginary tea. She pours carefully, her tongue sticking out the side of her mouth. Here you go, Daddy. I lift the tiny plastic cup, pretend to sip. She said, will you still be at my tea parties? I said, every single one. She poured imaginary tea. I've never tasted anything more real. 18 months. That's how long it takes for everything to settle, for the divorce to finalize, for custody arrangements to become routine, for wounds to scab over, if not fully heal. Tell me, is family who you're born to or who chooses you every day? 1 or 2 in the comments. The divorce is finalized on a Tuesday. I'm at work, actually at the office for once. The notification comes via email. Final decree of dissolution of marriage. 8 years. Over. I feel nothing, which is something, I guess. The custody agreement is exactly what Jennifer said it would be. I have primary physical and legal custody. Emma has supervised visitation, supervised meaning with a family member present, not a court monitor. She's proven she's stable enough for that. We've settled into a rhythm. Every other weekend, 1 weeknight per week, holidays split. Mark's relinquishment came through 6 months ago, signed, notarized, filed with the court. Jennifer said he didn't even read it carefully, just signed it and left. He wanted the idea of a family, Jennifer said, not the reality. Lily's in 2nd grade now. She's doing okay. Therapy once a week with Dr. Chen, some bad days, more good days. She stopped asking about Mark after the 3rd or 4th time. Is that man my biological dad? Maybe, probably, but it doesn't matter. Okay. Just like that. Okay, kids are resilient. That's what everyone says. I'm not sure if that's true or if it's just what we tell ourselves, so we feel less guilty about the things they have to survive. Lily's 8th birthday. We're having a party at the park. She invited her whole class, 23 kids, chaos and cake and screaming. Emma's here. We're cordial. We're co-parents. We're strangers who share a child. At one point, Lily runs up to me, flushed and happy. Daddy, come play tag. I chase her around the playground, let her tag me, fall dramatically. She laughs, that full-body laugh that kids do. When the party's over and it's just us, me and Lily, we go home. She's exhausted, sugar crashed on the couch. Best birthday ever, she says. Yeah. Yeah, all my friends came and you played tag even though you're old. I'm not old. You're 38, that's old. Fair. She gives me her birthday card. It's store-bought this time. She's outgrown the macaroni phase, but she's written inside, to my real dad. Capital R, capital D. She's underlined real 3 times. Lily's 8th birthday card, to my real dad. She added the capital letters herself. I start going to a support group, Thursdays at 7. It's held in a church basement, folding chairs in a circle, bad coffee in styrofoam cups. There's 8 of us, different stories, same theme, betrayal, lies, the work of rebuilding. A woman named Patricia, 60-something sharp wit, tells her story. Her husband of 30 years left her for someone he met online. I thought I'd never trust anyone again, she says, but then I realized I was still trusting people, just different people, the right people. A guy named David, younger than me, maybe early 30s, talks about co-parenting with an ex who keeps breaking agreements. I used to get so angry, he says. Now I just document everything and stay focused on my kid. We all nod. Documentation, that's the refrain. Document everything. I share my story one night, not all of it, that would take hours, but the essentials, the affair, the paternity question, the choice to stay in Lily's life. When I'm done, Patricia reaches over, pats my hand. You chose love, she says. That's not nothing. There's a moment about a year post-divorce when Emma asks to meet. Coffee, just us. She looks different, thinner, older, or maybe just more real. Like the polish has worn off and I'm seeing the actual person underneath. I wanted to apologize, she says. Really apologize, not the I'm sorry you're upset kind, the I was wrong and I destroyed something good kind. Okay. That's it? Okay? What do you want me to say, Emma? I don't know. That you forgive me? That you hate me? Something. I think about it. Do I forgive her? I'm not sure. Do I hate her? No. That would require more energy than she deserves. I don't hate you, I say. I don't forgive you either. I'm just neutral. You're Lily's mom. That's our relationship now. She nods, wipes her eyes. Mark got married. I know. Lily mentioned it. He invited her to the wedding, wanted to start over. I said no. Good. He was angry, said I was keeping him from his daughter. She's not his daughter. I know. I told him that. I think he finally believes it. We sit in silence for a while. The coffee shop is busy, full of people living their normal lives. No one here knows our story. No one cares. Are you seeing anyone? Emma asks. No. Are you open to it? I don't know. Maybe someday. Not a priority right now. Jake, I really am sorry. For what it's worth. It's worth what it's worth. One night, about 14 months after the divorce, I'm putting Lily to bed. We've been reading Goodnight Moon, still her favorite, even at 7.5. The book is falling apart, spine cracked, pages soft from 1,000 readings. After I finish, Lily takes the book from me. Can I write in it? Books are for reading, not writing in. Please, just on the front page? Why? Because it's special, and I want everyone to know it's special. I hand her a marker. She carefully writes on the inside cover, for Daddy, love, Lily. The handwriting is better now. No backwards letters, no misspellings. She hands it back to me. Now it's really yours. I look at the inscription. At this battered book we've read 1,000 times. Yeah, bug. Now it's really mine. 2 years after the divorce, I'm cleaning out the storage closet, finding things I'd forgotten we had. Emma's been asking about some of her old stuff. College memorabilia, photo albums. I find the picture, the one from the mantle, me, Emma, and Mark at that party, red solo cups and young faces. I look at it for a long time, then I put it in a box, labeled Emma's Things. I'm not erasing history, I tell Jennifer on the phone. We still talk sometimes. I'm just not displaying it. That's healthy, she says. You're allowed to put things away. It feels like letting go. That's because it is. One Sunday morning, just me and Lily. We're making pancakes. Her new thing is she wants to help cook. She's gotten good at cracking eggs, only gets shell in about half the time now. Daddy? Yeah, bug. Madison's dad is teaching her to ride a bike without training wheels. Can you teach me? You want to learn? Yeah, I'm ready. Okay, after breakfast. We spend 2 hours in the driveway. Lily falls 12 times, gets frustrated, gets back on, falls again. I can't do it. Yes, you can. You're just learning. It's too hard. Hard isn't the same as impossible. On the 15th try, she gets it, pedals for maybe 20 feet before wobbling and putting her feet down. But she's grinning. I did it! You did it! She runs back to me, crashes into my legs with a hug. You're the best dad ever. You're the best daughter ever. Am I really? Really. Later, I find a drawing she's made, filed away with the others, a whole drawer full now. This one shows a stick figure, me, holding a bike. Another stick figure, her, riding it, sun shining overhead. The title, My Dad Teaches Me. Not my biological dad, not my real dad, just my dad. It's been 3 years now since that night, since I stood in Lily's room, sent those 2 words, watched my marriage implode in real time. Lily's 9, smart, funny, kind. She still has nightmares sometimes, still asks questions about why families fall apart, but she's okay. We're okay. I think about what Patricia said in group. You chose love. I think about what Dr. Chen said. Love is a choice. I think about what Lily wrote in the book. For Daddy. Not biological, not legal, just Daddy. Some nights I still stand in Lily's doorway and watch her sleep, not because I'm holding a DNA test or processing betrayal, just because she's mine and I'm hers, and that's the whole story. She shifts in her sleep, hugs her stuffed elephant. Her nightlight makes soft shadows on the walls. I whisper, I know. But this time it means something different. I know exactly who I am. I know what family means. I know what love requires. I know. And tomorrow I'll choose her again. And the day after that. And the day after that. Because that's what real fathers do. They show up. Every tea party, every bike ride, every nightmare, every triumph. Mark's signed relinquishment. His signature shook. Mine didn't. Emma's supervised visits. She's trying. It's not enough. It's something. And me? I'm just Daddy. The one who stayed. The one who chose. The one standing in this doorway at night, making the same promise I've made 1,000 times. Every single one. I close Lily's door softly. Go to my own room. On my nightstand there's a photo. New. From last month. Me and Lily at the beach. We're both laughing, sand in our hair, sun on our faces. My parents are in the background. They've been around more, helping, being the grandparents Lily needs. This is my family now. Not the one I expected, not the one I thought I'd have, but the one I chose and the one that chose me back. The college photo is gone. The Goodnight Moon book is on my shelf, signed by a 9-year-old with perfect handwriting. The DNA test results are in a file somewhere. I haven't looked at them in 2 years. Don't need to. I know ended one family, but I choose you every single day, built another. This is my found family story. What's yours? Share it below. Someone needs to hear they're not alone. And if you stayed this long, maybe hit that subscribe button. We're stronger together.